and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were
and all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, 66 yards. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Key 26, key 26.
The toss out to Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. 30, 10, 5, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Get over the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Darnold's throw there complete to Hamler. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 86 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Darnold. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14.
And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's got some space here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play there.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. This is Booker on the dump off. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jones throw caught by Tony. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
The Giants are able to trade back with Chicago and still land speedster Kadarius Toney with a 20th overall pick. This young flash out of Florida should help a Giants offense that was 31st in the NFL last year. And young quarterback Daniel Jones, he needs a target who can move the ball downfield. Toney excels at making guys miss in the open field, has a great change of pace, and picks up a first down with that catch.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 142 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back to throw. Jones to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. That's caught over the middle by Finn. And they work this well up field across the 45.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. Room here to run. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy, 54 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is. Then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos have broken the tie. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019. And then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
And even 150 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw into the hands of Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Darnold on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Garrett Bowles, 2nd-team All-Pro last year. Guilty there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Back to throw. Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Or can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
116 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Off play action. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 53. And Gano's kick is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now the rookie's free. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Javonte Williams with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been in the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Williams.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let him know. 49 the mic. 49.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And despite missing 4 games in 2020, Sterling Shepard tied his career high with 66 catches, and that led all Giant receivers, and he makes a nice catch there.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. A handoff to Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Broncosians are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third down, here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. With it is Jackson. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8. Back to throw. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, Barkley. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Williams. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
45.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Flushed out right. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who get 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
45,
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.